Hi everyone, it's Alex here from Ninja Teacher and I am here in Saigon again. As you can see, we have the landmark 81 building behind me. So in this video I wanted to talk about why I'm moving back to Saigon and why it's something that you should consider too. I have a few impressions to give you after arriving back here in Saigon, and I'm going to cover a few reasons why you should consider moving to Ho Chi Minh City if you are planning to come live in Vietnam. Talk about some of the reasons why you should consider this over other locations. So let's get into that in this video. So let's talk about the first and what I think is one of the biggest reasons to consider living in Ho Chi Minh City, and that is the opportunity. So Ho Chi Minh City is a big city. It's a 10 million population city. It's a hub. It's got a lot going on, and that means there's a lot of opportunities, and specifically job opportunities. So if you are planning to come work in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City is one of the best places. If you're planning to teach English in Vietnam, again, this is where a lot of the jobs are. Obviously Hanoi as well, but Ho Chi Minh City is where, I spend most of my time, and this is where we've helped the most people find jobs as well, because there are a lot of opportunities here. With that size population, there's a big demand for people to learn English, which means there's a lot of English centers, public schools that you can actually work at here. We often get asked where in Vietnam you can teach and find jobs, and the thing is, in popular tourist destinations like Da Nang, Nha Trang, Dalat, some other locations, it's very difficult to find work because there are very few teaching positions because they're small cities and they're tourist cities. So the few jobs that are available are quite competitive, and even very experienced teachers can only get a job there if there's an opening, which there aren't often that many openings. And as I've explained many times in videos, the way to get a job in Vietnam is to be in the city you are wanting to teach in. So you should arrive in the city, apply for jobs in person, or send out your resume, but set up in-person interviews with schools, and that's how you can get a job. So if you do go out to one of these cities, I would only really consider it if you are a very experienced teacher and also have a plan B, because there's absolutely no guarantee about getting a job in those locations. And another thing to bring up is that the work permit situation is actually a lot harder in smaller cities. If you're getting a job and getting employed as a foreigner, you need a work permit sponsored by your school. You need to bring all the correct documentation, but another aspect is whether the school can actually get that for you based on their business license and based on the city's local government. And this is kind of weird for people because, the visa requirements in different countries are usually standardized across the country, but it's not like that in Vietnam. If you go to a certain city, it can be a lot harder to get a work permit. And the thing is, a lot of schools in these smaller cities aren't able to or aren't willing to sponsor work permits because it's very difficult with the government in that location. And then, to be honest, a lot of them are just kind of lazy to do it or just don't want to do it, go through the hassle and pay the tax and stuff like that. Obviously, you want to be getting a work permit, so don't accept a position that's saying something like, we'll just pay you in cash or something like that. Especially nowadays, the visa situation is quite tight, so you really do need to get a proper working visa. You need to get the work permit plus a TRC, and that will be difficult in a tourist city because it'll just be harder to get. Whereas here in Ho Chi Minh City, it's got one of the easiest immigration departments. You can actually get the work permits the most easily here in Ho Chi Minh City. Hanoi is also okay, but it is a little bit more strict up there. So yes, job opportunities, just the sheer number of opportunities that come and go. If you're a first-time teacher, this is the place to come and get a job. Arrive in the country, bring your documents, bring your TEFL certificates, get that all legalized, arrive in Vietnam and apply for jobs. That's how you can get a job. Which brings me to why I'm in Saigon, and that is to find a new location for Ninja Teacher Academy. So we have now scheduled our courses starting from June and July for our Vietnam TEFL course and our Vietnam Fast Track. The Vietnam TEFL course is the 4-week in-person TEFL training course. The Fast Track is a 2-week version for those who have already completed a TEFL certification, so it's like an add-on course, and both of those will assist you with finding work after you've completed the program. So now, because Vietnam has finally opened its borders without travel restrictions, you can fly to Vietnam and you don't need to quarantine or anything like that. You just have to do PCR test before arrival, and there's visas being issued again. So we're finally opening up our location again in Vietnam to run our in-person training, and that's really exciting for us because we've been doing online courses for 2 years now, and it is time to get things going again and have all of you come join us. So yeah, that's what I've been doing the last few days, is scouting out our new location, some exciting places we've looked at. We haven't finalized one just yet, but I will post a video when we do and show you around. So we're excited for that. And if you are interested in joining any of these programs, just head over to ninjateacher.com and can get in touch with our team. So that brings me to one of the observations I had when arriving here, is that the real estate agent that I was speaking to and a few other people have said that the market here has actually gone back to normal. That is the real estate market. So a few months ago, they were 40% vacant or something like that. I can't remember the exact number they said, or 40% occupancy. So it might have been the other way around. But that is actually quite low. But now they said it's bounced back to being almost full again. And obviously there's turnover, so there's stuff available, but things have clearly picked up again. And being back in Saigon, everything is totally normal. Like everything, the day-to-day stuff, you are basically going out to any cafe or restaurants or bar or anything like that, and it's totally normal. And I saw some news articles recently saying the economic recovery is actually going faster than expected here in Ho Chi Minh City, and you can definitely tell that everything is hustling and bustling. And yeah, it is a bit of an adjustment coming back to Saigon. It is a busy city. There is a lot of traffic. There's a lot going on. It can be a bit overwhelming at first. I haven't been back for over a year and a half, and it's definitely an adjustment. Of course, there are like more quiet neighborhoods like this, but at the same time, you know, a lot of the city is very busy, and that's to be expected from a big city, and that comes with the territory. Big city, lots of opportunities, but the other thing is that there's just so much going on. I mean, you can get everything you can imagine, like amazing Vietnamese food, really good Western restaurants. And actually I noticed the service at restaurants here is really good too. You know, it's like high quality service, you know, at the more expensive restaurants. And then the local restaurants, amazing Vietnamese food as usual. Events, things on, nightlife, it's got it all. I mean, you've got absolutely everything here. It's a big city. And that's another reason why, like, if you're planning to work in Vietnam, you should consider a city like this, because the pay is a lot better. If you're going to a small city, the pay is going to be low. Of course, the living costs are going to be low again, but you know, you are going to get paid better in a city like this. And you do need to get a decent salary to live well. But if you are earning, you know, in the range of $1,200 to $2,000 per month, which you can in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City, then you can comfortably live on less than $1,000. And we do have a free downloadable guide with estimated startup costs for moving to Vietnam. If you want to check that out, you can find the link in the description for that. So yeah, that was just a quick summary of my thoughts moving back here and pointing out those things like the opportunities and the stuff going on in Vietnam, the food, events, things like that. If that's kind of something you'd be interested in, then consider moving to Ho Chi Minh City. It is a good place to get jobs and teach in. It's possible to fly to Vietnam now. We actually just had one of our online TEFL course graduates post in our community that he got a job in Saigon in the last couple of days, so that's awesome. People are arriving in Vietnam right now. It's an exciting time. So consider Ho Chi Minh City, and I'll be making more videos, of course, here in the city, and stay tuned for those. Subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.